Astro friends, this is the forecast for March 18th through the 24th. And this week we will be entering Aries season, which is considered the astrological start of the new year. This is also when the sun enters Aries, and this is happening on Tuesday. And this, of course, also aligns with the spring equinox. So, happy birthday season to all you Aries out there. This is actually the Aries crystal for Aries. It's a carnelian. I love this one because it's a flame. This is really perfect for Aries. This is actually my husband's crystal. And I wanted to share with you some of the attributes of carnelian. Carnelian is great for Aries because it can help them recharge their batteries and it can help them be less impulsive. And this might actually be a really great stone to work with this week. But before I get into that, I want to share with you that we also do have the upcoming Libra eclipse that's happening on Monday. I'll have that forecast for you soon as well. This week, besides the sun ingressing into Aries, we also have Mars, who is the ruler of Aries, ingressing into Pisces. And this will happen on Friday. Mars in Pisces is very interesting energy. It's a very conflicting energy as Mars is a fire sign and it likes to move very quickly, but it is very much slowed down in a water sign like Pisces. Mars is also a cardinal sign. It likes to exert its energy outward, to lead. It's a very masculine energy. Pisces is very inwardly directed energy. It processes first from the inside out. In Pisces, Mars is very much asked to slow down. It's asked to consider where is it spending its energy. These are questions that we can consider for ourselves at this time. These are things that we may automatically be processing with the energy of Mars in Pisces. It's very important to consider whether or not the use of our energy is serving us at this time. Are we perhaps giving our power away? What are the deeper subconscious concerns around our energy that may be surfacing at this time? Also, are we giving our energy to those who don't deserve our energy? This could be a big one because of this upcoming Libra eclipse. The upcoming Libra eclipse is really going to showcase our relationships, how they are serving us, what's not serving us, what's working, what's ending. We're going to be exploring the places where we may have shared our energy with others in a very imbalanced way. Libra is the scales. And we may have to assess these places where our internal energy economy has been held hostage and hasn't really been effectively used, especially to promote our own vitality. Where have we maybe allowed ourselves to not flourish so that we could be looking more at how we use our energy for others and how can we strike a better balance? So Mars in Pisces is working with discomfort. It's a very uncomfortable energy. It wants to be this more external energy, and perhaps this is a frustration that's being echoed in your life as well. Remember that Pisces is all about the unconscious. It's about what lies below the surface. And Mars is not really that kind of energy that looks below the surface. It's really wanting to be out here. It doesn't want to go in here. That's a much more feminine, much more vulnerable energy. But at this time, there will likely be things draw our attention to where we are unconsciously working with our energy, perhaps leaking energy, what patterns or stories could be draining our energy. Interestingly enough, for the upcoming Aries solar eclipse, Mars is the ruler of that eclipse. And Mars at that time will be conjunct Saturn. This has the energy of Mars being held hostage while it works through a lot of these internal problems and issues that it hasn't wanted to face. It perhaps is going to have to use its energy to look at things that it may rather avoid. And Saturn is holding Mars accountable. Mars is not in control in this energy, it's not as powerful. Mars is in Pisces and it's answering to Neptune, actually. And remember, Mars doesn't want to answer to anyone. But Neptune is going to force Mars to soften. It's going to allow its energy to be expressed very differently. Its energy is more feminine and nurturing. It has to be more self aware and more considerate in the sign of Pisces under the rule of Neptune. You may notice while Mars is in Pisces that people that may have been more guarded, more likely to strike, are going to have a very different energy. Pisces is mutable. They may be more willing to work things out, to meet you halfway, and that's really beautiful energy. Now, Mars and Pisces can also be very passive aggressive, and it can express resistance to being controlled. There's a lot of discomfort and resistance in this energy. It's in a constant energy conflict. So, being vulnerable is challenging for Mars. And one of the major reactions that Mars can have in this energy, that we can also express, therefore, in this energy, is that we can flee, we can run away from conflict. We're also going to want to be aware of not becoming martyrs. Mars and Pisces can definitely go that way as well. It can aim its anger and its vehemence inwards. I think there's going to be a lot of lessons around how we're holding our energy. Are we willing to sit in uncomfortable situations? The sun, remember, is going to be ingressing this week into Aries. That is the sign that Mars rules. The energy of Mars lingering in Pisces while the sun has ingressed into Aries can feel very held back and even stunted. We can have false starts in this energy. We can start something that really isn't ready to be started. And we're going to be asked to calm the fires inside, to listen, to be quiet. Yet there are, of course, parts of ourselves that are ready to flourish with spring. Interestingly enough, we have Mercury entering its shadow on Monday. This means that the degree points that Mercury will cover over the next few weeks before it goes retrograde are going to be the same degree points that it will retrograde back over. What happens now can often repeat if we're not careful. So just be really aware of that in the coming weeks. Proceed slowly. Let that Pisces energy really lead and direct your energy at this time. I'll talk more about these astro energies in my full forecast for my paid Substack subscribers. If you want to become a paid subscriber to get my full forecast and my other great astro goodies, you can learn more about that at courtneyingham.substack.com.